over safety after another deadly weekend of gun violence in Chicago. At least 8 people shot and killed. 58 others were injured. Despite the carnage, Democratic leaders in Illinois say they do not want President Trump to send in the troops for a D.C.-style takeover. However, the president says he's ready to go in.
Chicago is a hellhole right now.
Mind up on Chicago, though?
Well, we're going in. I didn't say when. We're going in. I would love to have Governor Pritzker call me. I'd gain respect for him and say we do have a problem, and we'd love you to send in the troops.
But Chicago's leaders, they are defiant.
I'm aware that the President of the United States likes to go on television and beg me to call and ask him for troops. I find that...
Look at him. Look at him. Where he governing? He ain't governing nothing. Nothing but a daggone Twinkie. How about that? We need a new Chicago governor. Welcome to the show. Deeply disgusted. And I'm deeply disgusted. So Trump, he want to send troops to Chicago to take over the crime. You know, the carjacking. You know, the killings. You know, the murders. You know, the switchies going on every time. You know, all the black men that they pick up every, I think they say the statistics is in Chicago, 1 black man every 5 to 6 minutes. That's their like statistics. I don't know if that's true, but that'd be crazy. But, you know, Chicago need to be cleaned up, man. You know, it comes a time when after a while you get tired of the roaches just running across the floor, just living life. It's time for them to get eradicated. Let's go.
It's extraordinarily strange as Chicago does not want troops on our streets. I refuse to play a reality game show with Donald Trump again.
We do not want or need military occupation in our city. We do not want or need militarized immigration enforcement in our city.
Even Trump's harshest critic, Joe Scarborough, urged Governor Pritzker to team up with Trump on deploying the National Guard to Chicago.
I actually think that J.B. Pritzker should do something radical. I think he should pick up the phone, call the president, let's partner up. These are the most dangerous parts of my state.
We talking about lives here. We talk about lives as far as 50 bodies on a weekend and 20 bodies a week. You see, it's funny how the Democrats, they so worried about, you know, world hunger and electricity and energy, but they not really worrying about the lives in the inner cities. The same people that think that they're with them, but they know you don't know your tricks, but you know, as conservatives like me, we know your tricks. We up to you. We got you. We got you. We got your card. You know, if you ever play a game against us, liberal versus conservative, we get a good game of, let's say, poker. You'll lose every time. Every single time. You know why? Because we know your hand. We know you. We birthed you. Liberal mind. Let's get back to the show.
We would love to figure out how to have a partnership, because right now, just hey, nothing to see here moving along. No problem here. Hey, Donald Trump, we don't need you. And, you know, the mayor talking about we're going to protect people's dignity in our city. We'll protect their lives.
Jesse, I was thinking about how many...
Why do politics got to interfere with people's lives? Why are the Democrats fighting so hard? They're passing laws. They all grouped together now. This is the first time I ever seen a president, no, not a president, a governor, the mayor, the councilman, the councilwoman, the sheriff, everybody all in one like conference, all because the president is bringing extra law enforcement to help with crime. Ladies and gentlemen, I think there is a puzzle we have to solve.
Many years we've worked together, and how many Mondays or the day after a holiday we come back, and this is a story, and this one was a big one over the weekend. 58 injured and 7 killed.
Yeah, it's a lot of blood. The Democrats keep on saying, well, the homicides are down. They keep saying, they went from 900 killed to 600 killed a year. That's like when your girlfriend says, well, the last guy I was with, I cheated on him 9 times. I've only cheated on you 6 times.
Well, that's better.
It doesn't make you feel better. It's still a lot of dead bodies. Now, he called in the guard for the DNC over the summer. Remember, Dana? We were there. It was safe. It was secure. They had the guard there, but they won't call the guard in for the South Side. That's racist. The South Side's huge. It's very hard to handle. I think it's 234 square miles. It's bigger than Boston, San Francisco, and D.C. So it's kind of like a densely populated.
Ooh, Trump gonna have to bring the guards. He gonna have to bring the guards, the military, the Marines, the CIA, DEA, all the A's, all the D's and the ones that start with the DE, all the ones that start with H and end with I. He gonna have to bring all the organizations together just to handle that one section of Chicago. Best believe it.
Flat area with row homes that's very, very hard to police. You would know better than anybody. And there's certain neighborhoods on the South Side where it's more dangerous there than in Iraq. So why not use the surge? It worked in Iraq, and it should work in Chicago. You put a lot of boots on the ground, and it frees up locals to do the dirty work and go in and get the trigger pullers. It's worked in D.C. It should be able to work here. It's the heroin highway, they call it, because all the drugs come from Mexico through the highways right up to the hub in Chicago, because it's a great distribution point. You get O'Hare, you get the lakes, you put them out on the boats, you got rail going everywhere, you got highways going, different arteries throughout the country, and you distribute it. So the cartels give the drugs to the black gangs, they distribute it, and they're the ones killing each other. It's black victims. 90% of the victims of these homicides are black. So people are asking questions. Are Chicago politicians getting payoffs by cartels to look the other way on the South Side? Because this, you can't explain the tolerance of death this way. Also,
I personally think so. I personally think the Democrats they have some way where they're funneling money through leaving these cities like crime infested, and they keep recycling the criminals back out to create more crime. It's something where they have their hands in. But just how Trump had to set up Doge to kind of disassemble what they had going on with Biden, and they found all them stolen monies, all them empty buildings with no employees, all those Social Security numbers getting paid through all those nonprofits, billions and billions of dollars of your money, my money, in a Democratic nonprofit. Trump already exposed them. He did the wipe. Now we're cleaning the ass. Now we in the crevices now. Trump, he helped us just see the surface, like, okay, the corruption. Okay, we see it, Trump. And then after a while you move past the hairs and you get into the crevices. We in the crevices. We cleaning it.
on the demand side, we have to stop doing so many drugs, okay? I know cocaine is fun. People tell me.
Is this a service announcement? You think people gonna see this and be like, okay, he said stop doing drugs. We're just gonna stop. No, it's not that easy, man.
In maybe college, in your 20s, after your 20s, it should stop. And you should never be doing heroin, ever. Meth is ridiculous. You're up for 28 straight days and you turn into a shrimp. Now, if we don't stop that, then we're going to still have this problem. So both sides, the traffickers and the buyers are a lot of white people. They have to stop buying it as well. And this guy that says, I think it was, blacks and the indigenous built Chicago. No, they didn't. They did not. The English established it. It was just an Indian fur trading village on the side of a lake. And immigrants from Europe, the Poles, the Czechs, the Germans, the Irish, Italians, they created Chicago. All right? So let's give credit where credit is due.
Thank you, Jesse.
You're welcome.
Paul Morrow.
Sir.
So Jesse mentioned that you would know.
Gotta be fair. What y'all think about that? You gotta be fair. The blacks didn't create everything. I know a lot of y'all think like, my ancestors didn't come off no boat. We been here. Where have you been, Shakisha? We have not experienced you until later in time over here in this land, because we didn't have no Shakishas or Lucretias or Shanikas here. So I don't know what you talking about. You been here. What you trying to say? You an American Indian or something? That's what you trying to say?
Better than anyone. And I'm curious what you think the police officers think.
She's a bad older white woman, right? Look at her. She's a baddie, right? Look at her. She's cute too. I know her husband is happy. He probably old and wrinkly in the bed, just like, to him, this is like, whew. To him, this is like a 18, 19-year-old, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to have to cut that part out.
And maybe they can't speak out because they work for the mayor and then the governor. And those two elected individuals are speaking so loudly. But as a cop, are they demoralized?
Of course they're demoralized because they're way down in headcount and they're being asked to do more with less.
Okay. Let's see what else we got on this agenda. Let's see.